In the world of greed today, he just stands out amongst anyone. And I don't know where in the world you'd want to put money other than Buffett. That's what I've told my family, and it's what we do personally.
But, and it's worked for you, Bill.
It has been just, could not be better.
Okay. Okay, we are back on Warren Buffett's Inner Circle, a disciple of Benjamin Graham's School of Value Investing. Warren Buffett has built his fortune as a steadfast value investor who likes to hold on to stocks forever. But is this investment style going out of style? Well, we're back with our all-star roundtable, Jean-Marie Eveillard, a veteran value investor himself and also large Berkshire shareholder, and in Irvine, California, Monish Pabrai from Pabrai Investment Funds. Also joining us from Stamford, Connecticut is Laszlo Birinyi, one of the country's preeminent stock strategists for the past 20 years. And last year, he said stock volatility doesn't bode well for the buy and hold investor. And Laszlo, good to see you in the afternoon this time. Okay, so you have said before that buy and hold may not or does not work in a market like this where it is so volatile. Why is that?
Well, in our case, it's the customer base. Our customers are the type that look at their portfolios regularly. They can't wait to get their monthly statements. In some cases, they have their portfolios on their screen. So we just have to basically follow our customers' dictates, which is to try to make money on a sort of regular basis, and they don't have the tolerance for looking out 3 to 6 months. Whether that's right or wrong, I won't comment, but that's the reality of our business.
But value investing, though, Laszlo, just taking a look at value investing itself objectively, you think there is value in that?
Well, there's always some opportunities in various niches in the market. I mean, but in the market of today, I think that the marginal investor is a trader, and I think the opportunities to maximize your returns are going to be by taking short-term gains. And again, most people don't have the tolerance to wait 18 months, and as I've seen for the last 12 months, you can have some very nasty spills while you're sitting there holding out for the long term.
Jean-Marie, your thoughts on that?
I think value investors, or most value investors, made a mistake last year. Traditionally, value investors are bottom-up investors. They are not top-down. They ignore the top-down. And it was fine for several decades. Indeed, since the end of World War II, it served them well. And all of a sudden, the top-down intruded in 2008 because that was the biggest financial crisis since the end of World War II.
Right.
But I think value investing makes sense, number one. And number two, it works over time. I understand that Laszlo Birinyi's clients are short-term oriented, so he is, in order to serve his clients well. Value investors, by definition, are long-term investors. And
but is that the way to maximize returns, though, you believe?
I think over time it continues to be the way to maximize returns, yes.
Now, one thing about value investing, though, that some critics say is that it's hard for a value, it's easy for, no, not easy, but it's more easy for a value investor to buy, but less easy for them to actually sell their holdings. And Jean-Marie, just hang on, because I want to bring in Monish in here. I mean, do you think, let's bring it back to Warren Buffett, I mean, have there been times where Warren Buffett should have sold out or done shorter-term strategies in order to maximize his returns?
Well, you know, Betty, one of the misnomers about Warren is that he's a buy-and-hold investor. He is not. Actually, if you study Warren's history over, let's say, the last 50 or 55 years, there are very, very few stocks that Buffett has held over very extended periods. In fact, currently he holds stocks for long periods because he has a lot of capital, but let's say the first 20, 30, or 40 years of his career, he bought stocks that were cheap, and he sold them when they were fully priced. So buy and hold and value investing is like talking about apples and oranges. So they don't really go together. They can go together sometimes, but they're not necessarily the same thing. So the key thing in this market is, and this is a great market, I think, for value investors, is to buy assets that are underpriced. And if someone is not dealing with huge amounts of capital, you know, billions and billions of dollars, then you're better off buying at a discount, say 50 cents or 40 cents on the dollar, and selling at full price.
Okay, I want to bring Laszlo back into this. So, Laszlo, I mean, at a time like this, though, isn't it hard to find value or attractive stocks because everything's going up these days?
Well, that's the problem with all disciplines. Right now, you have a beginning of a new bull market, and during that time, all the ships rise, or as Warren might say, the tide goes out, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the prettiest flower in the greenhouse. So yeah, it's hard no matter what approach you use, because when I see a stock like Sears is up 50-60%, and one of the most disliked stocks in the big board, but it still has that kind of a move. It's a market where everything is going up. Yes, it's hard to discriminate between any style.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Jean-Marie?
No, I disagree with Monish, completely. The reason why Warren Buffett moved into a buy and hold over time is not because of the size of the assets under management. It's because he moved from a Benjamin Graham type approach at the beginning to his own, where he made successful and considerable adjustments to the teachings of Ben Graham. And indeed, in recent years, Buffett was once asked the question, when do you sell? And sometimes he exaggerates in order to make a point, and he said almost never.
Okay, and that can be taken out of context sometimes. Jean-Marie, thanks so much for joining us. Jean-Marie Eveillard, Laszlo Birinyi, and also Monish Pabrai. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us.
Hear more Bloomberg News reports on the Bloomberg Terminal at AV Go, on Bloomberg Television, and on Bloomberg Radio.